Hello and welcome to Ageless Rock. Today we are going to continue with second part of the presentation on Sewu Temple in Bugisan village. We covered a few things in part 1 and will cover a few more mysterious things in this video. When rediscovered, Sewu Temple was nothing but a pile of rubble. It took almost 100 years to get to this point in reconstruction effort. Earthquakes helped to loosen the mega blocks, making pillages and lootings easier. But it was massive lootings by locals for collectors and recycling mega blocks for local buildings caused the temple to be in a desolate state. As usual, I'm very excited to see polygonal masonry. It is not only impressively hard to do. The Javanese were using stone tools in their daily lives, so polygonal blocks simply prove they didn't build it. There are too many blocks that are unnecessarily hard to do. You have to conclude that whoever built this megalithic temple finds that stone masonry was extremely easy. As you go up the stairs, you will be greeted by two makaras. But when I see the artwork, I can't help but see the similarity compared to Feathered Serpent in Maya mythology. The famous Chichen Itza pyramid looks pretty close in concept to me. A slithering creature with the head at the bottom, with the mouth wide open and a tongue sticking out cannot be a coincidence. The temples are also astronomically aligned to have certain impact on solstice and equinox. In terms of temple layout, there isn't much difference to me. 4 stairs on each side and a center that looks like an energy point is very much the main theme that we have yet to understand. On the same scale from Google Map, you can see that the base of Chichen Itza pyramid can fit into Sewu Temple between the first and second row of Pewara temples. Thanks to earthquakes, looters and local recyclers, we are able to see the center of the foundation. What we have is a rectangular hole. This is such a weird coincidence because it looks like megalithic pyramids in Egypt, which are tombs, but in Indonesia, they are temples. When you look at these two monuments, you would normally think this is the same place or the same culture or the same civilization. It sounds logical when you don't see the big picture. But according to mainstream, they are 400 years apart. Javanese culture and civilization are completely different from Khmer. They may be of Southeast Asian, but I can tell you, they are very different. Java Island alone has languages unintelligible to each other. If Javanese can teach Khmer, Cambodia should have lots of Javanese writings in ancient sites. I wonder if King Suryavarman II actually knew there is a Sewu Temple created by King Penangkaran 400 years before him. I wonder how did Javanese teach Khmer the exact same megalithic polygonal stone masonry 400 years later, but when Europeans came to know and asked how it was done, both will give the same reply that they didn't do it. When I change the brightness of the photo, you can actually see the dark blue area becomes light blue. That is the Sunda land where when the sea level was much lower. So don't be surprised, the truth has something to do with Ice Age. Another proof of ancient builders responsible for this construction is the mysterious clams, which locals call it ekor burung, which means bird's tail, because it looks like a tail of a bird. In Angkor Wat, there are mysterious metal clams just like those around the world. Sewu Temple is in the list. There are too many mysterious coincidences between Khmer Empire and Mataram Kingdom when it comes to megaliths. Most people are too amazed by the stacking of megaliths. They overlook the squarish holes on the top. These are the trademarks of tools for megalithic culture. You can check out my video on gear track marks, which is a comparison for other megalithic sites. If you think this is not odd enough, try and see the polygonal stone masonry. This area has high number of polygonal blocks with square holes. I don't think this is even Javanese architecture. If you look at Cube of Zoroaster at Naqsh-e-Rustam in Iran, you can see that it is made of polygonal stones with rectangular niche design. Iran and Indonesia never crossed paths in their civilization, and it cannot be a coincidence. Most architects can tell these two designs are very much similar in concept. If one is original, the other is a copycat. But I think they are the same mysterious unknown ancient builders. The stone blocks in Naqsh-e-Rustam looks like horizontally straight blocks, but they are not. They are tight-fitting polygonal blocks horizontally longer. It seems complicated enough at 2 dimensions, but you have to imagine them in 3 dimensions. Look at these blocks scattered all over and was later collected to the site of Sewu Temple. When you see it from 2 dimensions, it is hard to imagine the complexity of one block. I can roughly guess the outline of one interesting block. Not only it has many sides. Every slide will actually touch other blocks with precision that you cannot even slide a piece of paper through. If this is not high-tech machine cut, then it must be low-tech metal hand tools and custom-made. But mainstream cannot justify so many metal tools needed for a project. So that means Javanese must have been using stone tools. So for now, Javanese are taught that their ancestors used soft metal tools with the possibility of stone tools to make megalithic blocks. I wish the monument is behind the fence of my backyard. I might be receiving positive energy while drinking my coffee and reading my newspaper in the morning. Sewu Temple in Indonesia is not as simple as you think. It has the impossible polygonal masonry. It has metal clamps just like those megalithic sites around the world. It has exterior design just like Cube of Zoroaster in Naqsh-e-Rustam in Iran. It has astronomical alignments for 2 zenithal passages that coincide with the number of Pewara temples and ancillary temples. It has architectural structure just like a typical megalithic pyramid around the world. It has a serpent with its head at the bottom with an open mouth and a tongue sticking out. We have a floor plan that is like Pyramid of Chichen Itza in Mexico. Now you have 7 reasons to see Sewu Temple from a different lens when you visit this amazing archaeological site. Well, this is the end of my Sewu Temple presentation. Hope you have enjoyed it and see you next time. Sekian, terima kasih.